Good morning, students. How is the climate? Is it raining? It's nice, is it? Before and all, in this heavy rain, you have to come to the college. Now the classes are coming to your home. You can sit in your bed with a cup of hot coffee. You can study nicely. Okay, is it? So enjoy it. Stay home. Stay healthy. Now we will come to our thermodynamics 3. So before going to the today's lesson, we will have a recap of what we covered last class. Okay, tell me, what is thermodynamics? Who will answer? Okay, Danish will answer. What is it? The study of changes in energy associated with physical and chemical transformation is thermodynamics. Then what is system and surrounding? System is a small portion of the universe where we are focused or we are doing our studies. The remaining portion we call it as surrounding. Then what are the types of system? We can have open system, closed system and isolated system. Open system can exchange both matter and energy, whereas closed system cannot exchange matter but it can exchange energy. And isolated system is a system where it can not exchange either matter or energy with its surrounding. Okay, then what are the different types of properties? Extensive and intensive property. Extensive is the property which depends upon the amount of matter present in a system, and intensive is a property which will not depend on amount of the matter present in the system. Then what is the state of a system? A condition of a system where all the properties like pressure, temperature, volume, etc. remains constant is what is known as state of a system. What is known as thermodynamic equilibrium? Equilibrium means a stationary state or all the properties remain constant. A system is said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium when it is in mechanical, chemical, phase and thermal equilibrium. What is meant by mechanical? No motion. Chemical means no chemical reaction. Phase means for a biphasic system, both the components should exist in a fixed amount. And thermal equilibrium, throughout the system, temperature remains the same. Then we have seen process. What is a process? A system when changes from one state to another, that is what we call it as process. And we have also seen the types of processes, that is isobaric, isochoric, adiabatic, cyclic, isothermal process. Okay, now we'll come to today's topic. Today I'll be taking reversible and irreversible process, work, heat, internal energy, zeroth law of thermodynamics and first law of thermodynamics. Okay, reversible and irreversible process you are very familiar. We'll take two examples and say, you all have seen melting of ice. What is melting of ice? If you take a cube of ice and keep it in a glass on a table, after some time it will be converted to water or liquid state. The liquid state we call it as water. The same glass, if you keep inside the refrigerator, what happened is that process cooling we will say. So that time what happened is that melted water will be converted to the solid. So it can take place in both the direction, that is ice when we apply heat melts to water. When we decrease the heat, water can be converted to the solid ice. Now think of a egg. If you take a raw egg, it contain inside, it will have a viscous white and yellow substance. If you take a water and heat that egg, what happened is it will be converted to a solid mass, that is actually denaturation of the protein. Will be cool when we cool the egg, will it come back to the raw egg? It will never come back, it remain as the solid white and yellow. So that boiling of egg, it's not a two-way process, only once we can do, we can't make it come back. So that both the reactions can tell you what is a reversible reaction and what is an irreversible reaction. A reversible reaction is a process which can be reversed, that is melting of ice, and it takes very slowly and it is at equilibrium always, and it is an ideal process. Whereas irreversible process, a process which cannot be reversed, it takes very fast, it won't attain equilibrium always, and it is the real process. You just imagine a river irukku, and the river ku mele you have a small road, you have to cross it. What we will do, we will take one step, balance each other, again one step, will balance each other, balance very well, then we will go slowly and cross the road. Instead you think that you are running fast, sometimes you are able to come to the next side, otherwise you can even fall into the river. So the first process we can call it as a reversible process. It's a very slow and steady process where ഓരോ സ്റ്റെപ്പിലും you try to attain equilibrium. That is what is reversible process. Running fast is what is irreversible process. அங்கே வந்து the process is very fast. உங்கள் வந்து you are not balancing, but you will run fast. If you have luck you can cross it, otherwise you won't cross it. அது வந்து அதேபடி you can't repeat it back. So that type of reactions is irreversible process. But you have to remember, reversible process is an ideal process. All natural processes are irreversible only. Then next is a term work. What is work? It is some physical activity or effort done to perform something. For example, in the picture you can see a person rolling a rock or up the hill. So he has to exert some force to move that stone. That effort is what is known as work. And how you can calculate it is the force applied into the distance traveled. And the unit in which what we express it is either Newton meter or joules. And when you consider the case of a thermodynamic process, normally we consider work of expansion, that is ideal gas cases we will take, and that is work of expansion, which we can also call it as pressure volume. Why it is known as pressure volume? Because we can calculate W by multiplying pressure into change in volume. So that one we normally used to take in the case of thermodynamics. Now another one is heat. What is heat? You know, it's a form of energy only. How we can observe it? It is the energy transferred between a hot body and a cold body. That is, if you take a saucepan, some water, and you keep it on the gas, what happened is you can experience that the heat of the burner will be transferred to the water. After some time if you touch it, we will not able to bear it because the temperature will be rising. And that form of energy only, it's a form of energy. And how we used to denote here is capital Q or small q, and unit is calories. Now next term is internal energy. What is energy? Who can say? Okay, Anu will say capacity to do work is known as internal energy. How you will get the capacity? Because each molecule is associated with kinetic and potential energy. Kinetic energy is due to motion of molecules. Motion of molecules can be either translational motion like what you can see in the picture, or rotational motion, or it can be vibrational motion. Potential energy is associated with vibrational electric energy of atoms within the molecule. So you remember this, every molecule has the potential and kinetic energies. When you take all these energies together, we call it as internal energy. That is, every molecule have some amount of energy stored in it. That energy is what is internal energy. We used to denote it by capital E or capital U. In our classes we will denote it by capital E. Again unit is calories or joules, And what is the importance or specialty is exact value of energy cannot be calculated. So what we used to do is, when a system under study changes from one state to another, we calculate what is the change observed in the internal energy, and that we used to denote by delta E, and delta E is energy of the final state minus energy of the initial state. Now sign convention, you have to remember, when in the case of the heat, when heat is absorbed by the system, that is going into the system, it is negative. Heat released by the system, it is positive. But in the case of the work, it is in the reverse order. Work done on the system is positive and work done by the system is negative. Once again I am saying, heat absorbed by the system is negative, heat released by the system is positive, whereas work done on the system is positive and work done by the system is negative. Now if you take the case of internal energy, if you find a temperature increase, internal energy will be positive. If you find temperature decrease, it is negative. Or in simple way, you are very familiar, exothermic reaction will have a positive delta E and endothermic reaction will have a negative internal energy. Now next topic is laws of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is based on laws, and that laws are not derived from, it is by the experience. So that laws are known as first law, second law, third law and zeroth law. Actually zeroth law is the one which is found last, but it forms the basis of all the three laws. That is why it is given zeroth law instead of fourth law. Now we'll see zeroth law first. Zeroth law, the statement is, the law states that if two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with a third body, then they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. Once again I'll read. If two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with a third body, then they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. What is thermal equilibrium? Remind, the whole system will have the same temperature. So two system or two body are in thermal equilibrium means that both the bodies will have same temperature. In the picture you can see we have taken three, A, B and C. So what it says, A is in thermal equilibrium with C. Similarly, B is in thermal equilibrium with C. So what it means? A in thermal equilibrium with C means A and C have same temperature. Now B is also in thermal equilibrium with C. So B and C will have the same temperature. Then what it is, automatically A and B will be having the same temperature. So they are also in thermal equilibrium. Okay. Example you consider. You have a glass of ice and a glass of hot water. Okay, you keep it there for some time. After 2 hours you are coming and seeing what happened. Ice might have melted and become liquid. And what happened to the hot water? The hotness has reduced. Now you check the temperature. Both the things will be having the same temperature. So we can apply zeroth law. Here what we can say is, why ice is converted to water? Because it exchange heat with its surrounding. That surrounding third body we can take it as air. So what the temperature air? It has higher temperature. So the temperature will be exchanged between the ice and the temperature will be exchanged between the air and ice. And what happened? After some time it attains equilibrium. When it attains equilibrium, both the temperatures are same. Now take the case of hot body. Hot water, it has high temperature than the air. So it gives the heat to the air. and after some time these two will attain equilibrium. So what means air and hot water glass will have the same temperature. Now what will be the temperature of the glass containing ice? It will also be same as air. So all the three will have same temperature. That is, ice was in equilibrium with air. Similarly, hot water was in equilibrium with air. And now ice, the glass containing the ice and the hot water glass will attain the same temperature. So they also will be in equilibrium. That is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Then first law of thermodynamics. What is first law of thermodynamics? It's equal to conservation of energy. It states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed during a process. It can only change forms. That is, you are not able to produce energy. நேச்சரில் வந்து எனர்ஜினை ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. வாட் we can do, ஒரு form எனர்ஜினை you can convert to another form. For example, when fan is running, electrical energy we are converting to mechanical energy. Then light is, we are switching on the light, electrical energy is converted to light energy. Okay, in thermodynamics when we say that what are the forms of energies is, it is heat transfer, heat energy, change in internal energy and work. So we can say that first law gives us a relation between heat transfer, work and change in internal energy. When we put that in a mathematical form, how we can say, when a system absorbs heat, that is Q amount of heat, it is used for changing the internal energy and doing some work. So we can mathematically write first law as Q is equal to delta E plus W, where Q is amount of heat, delta E is the internal energy and W is the work done. Now it can be in another forms also. You remember this, Q is equal to delta E plus W. When it is very small amount, infinitesimally small, the equation we can denote by dq is equal to dE plus P dV. I told we use work of expansion. Then isochoric process. What is an isochoric process? Volume remains constant. So the dV term will become 0. So sorry, I have written as capital dQ. It's not, small dQ will become dE, or Q will be equal to change in internal energy only. There will not be any work of expansion. Then for isobaric process, what is isobaric process? Constant pressure. The equation will be dQ is equal to dE plus P dV. Pressure remains constant. And for an adiabatic process, what is the importance? Q will be equal to 0. So what happens? 0 is equal to dE plus P dV, or dE is equal to minus P dV. So these forms will be useful. Okay, you don't remember all the one. You just remember first law of thermodynamics is Q is equal to delta E plus W. And what is zeroth law? When two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with a third body separately, these two bodies will also be in thermal equilibrium. Okay. So for today this is enough. So what are the things we have seen? Reversible and irreversible reaction, process. Then what is work, what is heat, what is internal energy, what is the sign for work, heat and internal energy. Sign convention is very important. Then we have seen zeroth law and first law of thermodynamics. Okay, thank you. Before going, you can see these two links. It's very good. First one will give a very good explanation of first law of thermodynamics. Second is what we told in Tamil. So both the things you can watch it. Thank you.